Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Ryu and Chun-Li from the Street Fighter 2 line from Jada. And I want to give a huge shout out to Jada for sending these over to me for the purpose of this review. Thank you very, very much. I'm very excited for these. I think they look absolutely fantastic. The first thing I want to talk about is just the packaging. It's made to resemble an old arcade cabinet, and I just think that's so smart. You even have the joystick and the different buttons over here. You have the life bar from when you're fighting. I think that's so cool. And then they also have these cardboard backdrops, as you can see, which are very pertinent to their level from the game. I think that's really, really cool. I love Street Fighter. When I was a kid, my grandmother had a Super Nintendo at her house, so that when all the cousins came over, we'd have something to do, and we played Street Fighter 2 all the time. So I love this franchise, and I think these figures look really, really cool. I'm super excited for them. You have some artwork over here on the side. Looks like Vega's hanging out. It has the name of the character down here and kind of a little bio, which is pretty neat. So over here for Chun-Li, you have her little bio there. On the back, it shows you who is also available. So we have Fei Long also available. And then it gives you the full roster down here. I'm pretty sure we've seen reveals for Ken. I think E Honda. I know they showed pictures for Blanca. I think Guile will be coming soon. I think Dalsim also. So they're continuously cranking these out, which I'm really excited about because they look really, really cool. Have some more artwork over here on this side. But yeah, I just wanted to show this off because I think the packaging is really, really neat. I love that it looks like an old arcade cabinet like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get both of these out of the packaging here, and we'll take a closer look. Here are the two figures out of the packaging, and I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with these. I'm going to start over here with Ryu first. The head sculpt looks good. Nice detail there. I like the headband. I think that really works. You have kind of like a softer rubbery material here for the gi, but the legs are just kind of normal plastic, so this is nice because it just looks a little bit more natural, and also it doesn't really get in the way of articulation, which is really nice. You do get a couple of accessories here, so you do have an extra head, so you can kind of, have a angry face while he's performing a move or something like that, and I'll pop some of these in later. He's also got a set of Hadouken hands, which I think is really cool, and again, I'll bring those back in later, but let's just go over regular articulation first. So at the base of the skull, you have a ball joint, so you can move really nicely side to side, get a little bit of up and down, but most of the up and down is actually at the base of the neck, and because of that, you can get really nice range of articulation on this. Can even kind of tilt side to side. Very, very cool. You have a hinge out to the side here in the shoulder. You also have a little bit of a butterfly joint in there, so you can get a little bit of movement there as well. Full range of motion there. You have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. So nice range of motion there. And I have to say, these joints feel pretty fluid, which I really appreciate, because a lot of times you get figures and the joints are very stiff. And these, I feel like they move really nicely. I don't have to worry about breaking them or anything like that, but they're also not loose, so it's kind of like the perfect balance. You have a hinge here in the wrist, so you can move that a little bit side to side. And then, of course, the hands are going to pop off, and they're very simple to pop out. Really not too difficult. Pop it right back in. Now, you do have some motion here in the chest as well. He's got kind of like an abdomen crunch, so you can see that moves there. And then you can also spin side to side. Kick pretty far out to the side here. At the hips, kick pretty far forward. Those are ball joints in there, which is very nice. You do have a thigh swivel right there. Double jointed knees. So you can get really nice range of motion there. And then you have a hinge and a swivel in the ankle, as well as a little swivel right above that. So kind of where this piece of plastic goes into the leg, you have a swivel, and then also you have the hinge and the rocker here in the ankle. So really nice range of motion on this. I'm really impressed. And the belt is kind of the rubbery material too, but it still has this nice print here on the one side. So just a really cool figure. So if we want to pop off the head, and it comes off very easily. They're not rubbery, but they're almost a little bit of a softer plastic, and it just makes it so much easier to pop new heads on and off. And I really, really appreciate that. Because again, sometimes some of these figures on the market today, you're trying to put a new head on, and like the first one comes off easy, but then, you know, trying to put the second one back on, it can get really difficult. These are nice. Like I said, they have just enough of like a give to them that they pop on and off, but they're not like rubbery or spongy, if that makes sense. And again, now we have the new face on here. Love the look of that. So let's go ahead, let's give him his Hadouken hands. So we'll pop these off, bring in these other hands, pop on very simply, just like that. And I'll move these off to the side, and then we'll see. I'm not the best at dynamic poses for figures, but I'll do what I can here. So bring this in, utilizing the double jointed elbows here. So maybe something like that. I'm sure if you're good at this, you could do it better than I, but you can definitely get the hands together like that. So I'll put him in kind of a crouched pose, as he usually does when he fires it off. Something like that, because they actually give you a Hadouken effect piece, which is really, really cool. So you get this translucent blue piece here, and you get this little stand, and it has these two hinges, so you can kind of move it around a little bit, position it how you like, and you just plug one end into this little base and one end into this. And now I've lost the peg hole. Here it is. And then there you go. You can just kind of move this up to match the height that you need. And he's firing the Hadouken. I think that's so cool. I really, really like that a lot. Very, very cool. Alright, so we'll kind of put him towards the back here so we can take a look at Chun-Li. Now, she's definitely got more detail than Ryu, but that's really just because Ryu's design is fairly basic. I mean, he looks exactly like he appears in the game, but it is kind of a less detailed outfit for him. But Chun-Li's got the classic blue and yellow outfit here. All of the detailing is really nicely done with all the yellow there. The trim really nicely looks good here. All that yellow, the outline on the blue. Now, again, this is kind of a more rubbery style plastic, but again, so it doesn't get in the way of articulation. She's got her spiked bracelets. They look really nice, really nicely painted. The head sculpt, I think, looks really nice. Really nicely done there. And again, you have the gold trim on these, like, bonnets, for lack of a better term. I'm sure there's probably a better name for those, but that's what we'll go with. Even have the earrings there. And then she also has, you know, kind of like a mid-battle face, I'll call it, where she's kind of screaming out. And again, really, really cool. I like that quite a bit. She also comes with kind of a, like, karate chopping set of hands. So she has the closed fists in the box attached, and then you have the karate chopping set of hands as well. But yeah, it's a really nice looking figure. They even kind of have texture, like you can kind of see, if I look here on the shoulder, you can kind of see the texture that's molded in for the fabric of her dress. That's really impressive. That's definitely something that didn't need to be done, but really came out great. Articulation-wise, she's fairly similar in articulation to Ryu, but we'll go through it. So again, you have the hinge at the base of the neck, so you can get a pretty good range of motion there. Tilt side to side with the ball joint at the base of the skull. Move all around, really nice motion there. You have the hinge in the shoulder as well as the rotation. I don't think she has butterfly joints, and I think that's just due to the nature of like how much smaller her shoulder joints are. But really nice hinge there. And rotation is perfect as well, but I don't think there's a... If there is, it's very minimal. I don't think it's there. She's got a swivel kind of where her like natural arm color meets the blue of the dress. So that's two different pieces of plastic. So you have a bicep swivel there. Double jointed elbows. Really nice there. And I could probably get more out of this. There we go. Wrist rotation as well as the hinge. So let me see. Yeah, that's where the hinge is. There we go. Then she's got kind of ball joints here in the abdomen and at the waist. So the one at the waist you can see gets a really nice range of motion, but I think there's one, yeah, there's one here too. It's kind of like where the blue meets the white both times. So you have 2 ball joints there, really nice range of motion, and move the arms up. So kick really far out to the side with the hips, kick pretty far forward. You have a thigh swivel there, double jointed knees, really nice. You have a boot cuff swivel, so where the boot meets the leg, there's a swivel there. And then you have the hinge and rocker down here in the ankle. So all in all, this is a great figure. They did a really nice job. The detailing looks fantastic. The paint applications, the articulation is great. And she just looks really, really cool. Now, of course, she also comes with an effect piece. I'm sure this move has a name, and I apologize, it escapes me, but the kick attack that she is known for. So let's go ahead and set this up. I'm going to swap out the head because she's going to be mid-battle, so she's going to be having the kind of more action-oriented head here. Again, easy to pop on and off, really came out great. So let's do, maybe we'll give, I'm going to keep the fists. Maybe something like this. Kind of tilt that back. And then I'm going to rotate her a little bit at the waist there. So I can put this like this. Maybe something, there we go. How about something like that? That's really cool. I just think that's really cool. And if you want, you can put, you know, if you like the look of this better, you just have to kind of reposition the leg. But you can absolutely do something like that. I will say on mine, this bottom hinge is a little loose. It's not terribly a problem, but, and I think it's probably just my copy. It's not that big of a deal, but if you just find the balance, you can absolutely pull this off. And I just think this looks really, really cool. I really like the look of that. It's such a simple thing, but the effect piece really works. Like I said, you can put it in any of the 3 of these if you like it better in the middle. If you like it better, I kind of like it better at the bottom, just for me personally. But I still think that is super cool. So now we can have the 2 of them here facing off against each other. I just think that's fantastic. Or you could do something where you kind of have like Ryu is getting kicked. So I could kind of have like throw his head back or something. Like he's getting kicked in the face. I mean, you know, the possibilities are endless. I'm not the best at posing figures. I try, but I still think this is really, really, really cool. I like both of these. Great articulation, great paint applications. The accessories are awesome. You get an extra head and an extra set of hands for both of them. Plus these really cool effect piece with the little stands. Just fantastic. I mean, I'm so excited for the rest of this line to see what Jada can do based on these first 2. I mean, I've seen pictures for Blanca. He looks amazing. I'm really excited for that one. Dalsim looks pretty cool as well. I think maybe they've shown M. Bison. I can't remember. It's been a minute since I've seen what else was revealed because every once in a while they do a toy show and we see like another picture of something upcoming. But, I mean, I'm definitely excited for the rest of this line based on these 2. Another thing I wanted to show off real quick, that the little inserts that come in the box have really nice representations of the stage for this character from the game. And they're done in kind of an 8-bit style. It's really kind of cool. And they kind of make like nice little boxes for display. So if you wanted to kind of give each character like a little diorama area, just keep these inserts out of the box. And I think it really works. Like I think, you know, we have Ryu's level over here, which I think looks really good. Chun-Li's marketplace level. Really, really cool. If you wanted, you could kind of open these up more and flatten out the sides because there is more detailing on the sides. If we kind of turn this one around here, you can see how the guy on the bike kind of wraps around. So if you wanted, you could flatten these out and put them in the back of a bookshelf and then maybe have like 2 characters fighting in front of it, which could be really cool. I almost kind of like leaving the little walls because it kind of gives like each character its own little area. And I'm thinking about just kind of putting these, you know, on the bookshelf next to each other like this kind of a thing. But yeah, I just think these little inserts are really cool. So I wanted to kind of point them out, you know, so you don't accidentally throw them away because they're really nice and make great for display. So definitely wanted to point those out. But yeah, they look great. I'm really impressed with these, honestly. I mean, I didn't have any kind of negative impression going into it, but they've really just kind of blown me away. I think they look fantastic, really nice paint applications. The articulation is great. And like I said, the joints are very fluid. They don't feel stiff at all. They don't feel like they're going to break. They're not too loose. They're that perfect sweet spot of, having fun time moving the character around, posing them and coming up with interesting poses, but not feeling afraid that anything's going to snap or break. And they're also not so loose that they will hold their poses. So like I said, it's just that perfect sweet spot. And it's just kind of funny to me because Jada is primarily known for, all the different cars and diecast things that they do. And now they've kind of entered the action figure space and just kind of crushed it. And I think that's fantastic. And I'm really excited to see what else they have coming. I know they're doing a line of Mega Man figures, which really look cool as well. I'm excited for those. So I mean, maybe they just found their sweet spot with these video game character action figures. And if these first two are any indication, I'm definitely in for the rest of this line because these are absolutely fantastic. So I can't recommend these enough. Again, I want to say a huge thank you to Jada for sending me over these two for the purpose of this review. And I'm hooked. You guys got me. So I'm definitely blown away by these two. And it helps, like, this is a property that I'm very, very excited about, and a property that I kind of grew up with and is near and dear to my heart. Same with Mega Man. I mean, them doing Mega Man is kind of exactly in my wheelhouse again, because that was a video game series I absolutely loved as a kid, still love to this day. I mean, who doesn't love Mega Man, right? So I mean, Street Fighter, Mega Man, these are classic video game titles, and they're really doing them justice with these representations, and so I'm excited. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.